Today we're looking at really weird products that you could actually buy at one point. Starting off with Colgate beef lasagna. If you guys didn't know, Colgate is a toothpaste brand, and for whatever reason, at one point, they released Colgate beef lasagna. That's right, a toothpaste company created a beef lasagna. Now think about that. You go to the grocery store, like, man, my favorite toothpaste is Colgate, and now they make beef lasagna? Said no one ever. The beef lasagna was a frozen item that you can buy at all convenience stores, and for whatever reason, grocery stores also thought it was a great idea because at the time, Colgate was the #1 selling toothpaste brand, and they wanted to expand into, for whatever reason, beef lasagna. I don't understand it. Another example of a really weird product is the Heinz Squirt ketchup bottle. Now, this was a huge popular bottle that was super widely used in 2006. But for some reason, Heinz, the ketchup company, thought it'd be a genius idea to release funky purple ketchup. That's right. They added an unexpected twist to their regular delicious ketchup brand and make it purple with 3 main colors: teal, green, and purple. And to be honest, I actually tried this and it was pretty cool. It tasted the same as regular ketchup. It was just purple. It looked weird, but it was cool. I personally had tried the green one though, not the purple one. Green looked really weird, I gotta say. Oh, baby, Trump steaks. Back in 2007, I actually remember these hitting the stores. Oh, I guess hitting the market. Trump released the world's greatest steaks, and after only 2 months of the steaks being on the market, they were discontinued because of lack of sales. That is sad. Imagine having steaks you're super excited to buy and they just don't taste well. Or you being Trump and then releasing a product you're happy about, the world's greatest steaks, and then they end up being not the greatest steaks. That sucks. You know what doesn't suck though? Cheeto Lip Balm. That's right. Back in 2005, for some reason, Cheetos decided to release a lip balm. Now, chapstick is pretty popular. I use some myself, and honestly, it's, vanilla flavors are pretty common. You have some tasty ones, like you have also chocolate flavored. Cheetos flavored though, that seems a little wild. Let me know in the comment section. Would you use Cheeto flavored chapstick? I think I would. Just saying, it sounds like a pretty cool adventure. The next one is pretty funny because, as you guys know, people love drinking soda. And honestly, some consumers thought it would be a genius idea to launch a product for their brand new business as a soda for cats and dogs. Now listen, I don't make the rules around here. I just go ahead and showcase the weird inventions of the world, and this is definitely one of them. Someone went out and made caffeine enriched with vitamins soda. That's right, for cats and dogs. Now, that just sounds dumb, right? Well, in 1994, they thought this was a genius idea to release this soda for cats and dogs. Of course, the product did not last long and eventually flopped and was taken off all shelves when they realized that pets don't need soda. Yeah, they can survive on just water. Shocker. This is a product that everyone loved at the time, and I still think it's a great idea, which is the Google Glass. The Google Glass was released in 2013 and ended in 2014, which honestly was a great concept and something we can still look forward to in some time future. But honestly, it was a little bit too early, I think. They spent over $1 billion on this device, and each Google Glass cost $1,500 to own. Unfortunately, it was flawed, and the smart glasses sort of flopped. Speaking of products that also flopped, we have Amazon's Fire Phone. Back in 2014, Amazon released their own smartphone, and it honestly wasn't very great. The product completely failed, and the CEO of Amazon at the time blamed the pricing of the product, which made it fail, when in reality, it was just a lame phone. That's just the facts. Now, this one's gonna make you feel really types of weird because this is the Jimmy Dean pancakes and sausage on a stick. So it's a pancake wrapped sausage with chocolate chips. Now, this is supposed to be a breakfast item and it was launched in 2006. Now, personally, this sounds pretty delicious to me. It's a strange concept, but it's pretty much a sausage on a stick with the pancake wrapped around it with chocolate chips. Now, on a plate, you could normally eat these all together, but on a stick, it's a little weird because it is a frozen item. But crazy enough, it might have worked, and it honestly just didn't. It didn't hit really well with the consumers, and I don't know why, because I would have bought this because it just sounds good, but it is really weird. Another cool product that I think should have worked was Pepsi Blue. Back in 2002, Pepsi launched a product to compete against Coke's Vanilla Coke. Now, here's the thing. Vanilla Coke sounds delicious, but berry Pepsi? It was supposed to taste like berries, but after a few sips, it mainly tasted like cotton candy with a berry aftertaste, which honestly, when you say that, doesn't sound too bad, but over time, it doesn't really sound like a very refreshing drink that you want to drink all the time, like Vanilla Coke. And honestly, Pepsi most likely could have had a successful product with Pepsi Blue if they would have launched it like sometime now, like around these times, because lately people been drinking all types of weird stuff. But with that said, back in 2006, Coca-Cola launched Black. That's right, the Coca-Cola Infused coffee. That sounds weird, I know, but regardless, it was a cola coffee, which nowadays Coca-Cola actually has a caffeinated product, which is Coca-Cola with caffeine, but it's not coffee. It's a caffeine drink based off the Coca-Cola flavor. And I think it's pretty successful. It's widely used in Japan, and of course, recently been seeing it more and more here in the United States. But of course, we're sponsored by G Fuel. Use code CG for your next purchase for 30% off. That's right, baby. Back in 1999, Barbie and Hot Wheels released two computers, one for girls and one for boys. And honestly, they were a huge success. But the problem was that the computers themselves were complete garbage, and they had so many issues and refunds and problems that the company went out of business that was making these PCs because the orders could not be fulfilled. And honestly, it's sort of a good thing. I know a lot of people back in my day that had these computers and they were pretty garbage. Speaking of garbage, Microsoft Zune. Back in 2006, Microsoft wanted to compete with Apple, so they released their very own iPod variant or a competitor, and honestly, it sucked. It was so bad. Eventually, the Zune was discontinued, and honestly, I feel like anything Microsoft ever touches, buys, or does anything with, they always break it. They can never do something right, it feels like. I don't know what it is, but everything Microsoft ever does, they mess it up. I don't know how it's possible, but somehow Microsoft has that track record where everything they do, they break. I don't get it. Speaking of breaking, Burger King back in 2013 broke the French fry ingredients. That's right. They tried making a healthy alternative to French fries called the Satisfries. And I remember these back in 2013. They sucked. They tasted like absolute cardboard. They didn't taste like anything at all. Because back in 2013, there was like this huge healthy craze that fast food companies want to start making more healthy alternatives for their customers. And I was like, who the heck goes to a fast food company to eat healthy? Nobody. It's cheap food with cheap ingredients. That's like the whole concept. Why would you? Yeah. So these fries absolutely flopped. Ain't nobody was buying the Satisfries, especially back then. Burger King's fries were bomb. Back in 2009 and 2014, I want to say, Burger King had some of the best tasting fries in all of the burger chains. But for some reason, Burger King changed their fry recipe and things just don't taste the same anymore.